Just getting a couple things set up, guys, if you're watching this. All right, just muting my sound here. Had to do a quick audio check. Sometimes my sound likes to act a little crazy. Hope everybody had a great weekend. So I do have 8:30. Let's go ahead and jump into this. For those of you that are already in the community, you guys know that I've already put out the market insight. So you know that kind of what I'm going to go through, but we'll flip through it again just for those that are watching now. So I typically like to start off with a few different things. One, I like to look at the stocks. Also, I like to look at the economic events. So if you flip over to the main BotJock site here and you scroll down, you click on your economic events, and you'll see here we have a lot of stuff in holiday here, right? And then not really a lot going on. No three bullhead here. So probably not a lot of crazy volatility today from news, anyways. So however, we are going to be building up some momentum for Wednesday. As you can see, Wednesday is going to have some just crazy news. So news Wednesday is going to have a lot of impact on the market between the CPI. You got just a lot of stuff on here on top of that is going to just end up pushing it. So it's going to be nuts, guys. So you got 8:30 around here. You got the CPI info, and then later on the 2 o'clock or so, you got the FOMC meeting minutes. So it's going to be a wild Wednesday. Many things can happen leading up to that Wednesday. Some people try to take their positions. All the gamblers, they're going to see where they think it's going to go. And then at the same time, we could just trade sideways, right, until the market hits. Depending if it all depends if the market makers believe that they're in a good position for already building in to the market what they believe is going to happen. So, um, so going back to the market, you can see here we talked about this earlier this morning when I put out the guidance. Kind of have the SPX, building this double top on probably a little higher time frame. We do want to watch this trend line, as the last time we hit the trend line, we got a nice bounce, but we did get a lower high from this. So if this neckline breaks, it's likely we're going to pull back pretty significant. The SPY is still doing the same thing as that one. The VIX is climbing. Now the VIX is interesting. Keep an eye on this because we have not broken this level here. And so if we do break this level, then that means the fear is really setting in, right? And all that is going to be very dependent on the Dixie. So you have the Dixie here has been pumping pretty much all morning. You can see kind of like the parallel channel that it's been riding in here. It just broke it and rejected also off this resistance line that we had called this morning earlier when it hit off this line. This was the target was this yellow one. This red trend line is going to act as some pretty serious resistance. As you can see, we've had 1, 2, and 3 times that it's rejected off pretty strong. So, however, if we do break above that and we actually act as support, I would tend to see the market's going to pull back pretty significant from that. So, keep an eye on the Dixie today. That's going to be what's going to be your tell-all. So. Total market cap. One of the things that we talked about on the market cap is just this 200, right? I mean, this thing has just been trading sideways. We broke it. We could not hold enough resistance. Broke it again. Could not hold support. Broke it again. Could not hold resistance. Broke it again. And now we're kind of like in a double top formation here. So our divergence tracker, you can see here, is still green, even though we are bearish, and we are still above the 200. So just be careful of the, the market open fake pullback here and then bounce up. I would like for a continued push south. Again, we need to on the 1 hour be below this 200, and then we need to find some kind of double top or bearish pattern to really push us down below here. So yeah, so this is kind of what I'm watching on the market cap. BTC, as we talked about in the room, let me mute that one. So we kind of have a similar pattern here playing out here, right? The double top, you got the wick rejection here. Not only a wick rejection, but it's a wick rejection off of this 2 point trend line here. So if we do break this neckline on this one, then I would suspect that it's going to try to hold support here, not only from the EMA, but you have previous resistance, which now becomes support. If that holds, then we're going to just get a squeeze pattern like this today. If we do break this EMA, then we're going to see a pretty serious fall down to this level, which would be a up over down situation. So, but in order for me to be super bearish, guys, we got to break this 27.8. It's just been holding as support like crazy. So you can see all along through here. So those are kind of the numbers to watch today. I still believe, guys, that the gap is going to fill. But we have a lot of news coming up, CPI and stuff, right? So maybe that's where the gap fill comes from. But if you go to the 1 hour, we still have just such a huge gap here. We could see as low as 21.5, but I would suspect that the bounce. I would suspect that we're going to get a pretty hefty bounce somewhere around this 25.2. I don't think it's going to go straight here unless CPI or FOMC data is bad. Because you do have some strong resistance along here. Not only that, if you go to the daily, you can see here the inverse head and shoulder everybody in the world was following pretty much. Around this level here, 25.3 or so, is going to be a retest of that neckline. So now keep in mind, this push up, if you take half of that, would be around that neckline. So this could be considered a retest for the inverse head and shoulders, which could push us bullish, or it also could be considered pretty close to a gap fill, right? Because it doesn't have to always come right down to this line. You can see here we pushed up, we came back a little bit close to halfway, we pushed up again, then the full gap fill came, right? So we could see something similar where we push down here about halfway, we see a nice explosion north, to the 30K, 31K, and then we see that true gap fill down to the 23, 24. So that's what we're just keep an eye on. But for me to believe we're going to come down and hit this line sooner, I would need to see a break below this neckline and then hold this as resistance, and then that's where the rest of the fall is going to come through. So that's kind of where I see Bitcoin going. Not a lot of news that's going to push it today, guys. So it's anything we move today is going to be either people FOMOing into their trades pre-news. Anticipating where they think it's going to go, or it's going to be market makers just wiping longs or shorts to either trap positions or to clear liquidity. So over to Ethereum, we did actually put this call out in the room here. You can see this is where our calls and our rooms go. So crypto signals. The last one was an ETH short, April 10th, 8:11 a.m. So looks like we barely hit TP1 on this one. It's probably still going to play out into a good signal. So I would keep it TP1, TP2. Typically, you guys in the room know that during market open, you want to be really careful on getting greedy on your TPs. So Ethereum is where, as far as where I see that go, I haven't really been covering a lot on Ethereum because it's really going to just depend on Bitcoin, guys. But you do have where we kind of ranged here, we had a breakout here. We kind of had a little bit of a sort of a bull flag forming here, and then with the lower lows, lower highs, and then it just kind of you can see this right here retested the previous resistance and it had a nice explosion north. So I would suspect that we're going to probably retest that again. For me to be bearish, I would like on the 1 hour to break below this EMA here, so which is the 200. But you can see the Bollinger Bands on the 1 hour are starting to kind of flatten a little bit here. So typically when these start to curl in, like this, that's when you're going to start to see a real big move coming. So, but again, with ETH, just similar to Bitcoin, I see, a gap fill, for me would be somewhere around this level here, which would be previous support, previous resistance, 17K. That could be the early gap fill. If we get a full gap fill, it would be a retest of the same thing Bitcoin had, which would be down in this level. So somewhere around 1480, 1500. Anything short of terrible news, I don't see us going any lower than that for quite some time. So let's check on the ATAs. For those who don't know, this is my automated trading assistance. This is one that I'm actually running on my account here. So let's see. But my internet can load. So this is the long I was in, guys. As you guys know, in the community I called a while back, only do one DCA. I didn't want to do a second DCA, which probably would have hit around here, but you notice that there's no pumps. It would not have gotten out. That's why I only allow it to do the one DCA. So I'm not pressing that at all. So I'm just going to kind of hang tight, guys. I want to see what the market does before I do that. Now, keep in mind, even though I'm stuck in these longs, I've only done one DCA, so I got plenty of margin to get out if needed. And in the meantime, my shorts have actually continued to earn. So you can see while that long's been stuck, my shorts are consistently earning. So I am currently in a short, but it's really close to getting out here, almost at the green line. So I'm going to continue just to let LTC run like I had stated in the room. Let's take a look at my Ethereum, which is the next one I'm running. So you can see Ethereum's in a similar position, just stuck in that long around 1906. I also on Ethereum. Oh, you know what? I was I was testing Ethereum with someone earlier. I didn't set the alert, but I'm only have two DCAs on Ethereum, so you can see it. I think it did do its second DCA, so I'm just waiting for that third one. It'll be some time before I allow that third one for Ethereum. So I'll probably wait for the pullback and then I'll do that third one somewhere in the 1700 range. So, but you can see the shorts have continued to earn. 15 days we got 187. The short was stuck for a little bit here too. It looks like, let's see. Yeah, it was right there. So I had a DCA, didn't quite make it out. I didn't allow a second DCA, it doesn't look like, or it might not have hit it. Let's see. Oh yeah, that was the second DCA. Okay. Yeah, so it did get out of that one yesterday, and then it's been trading here since. So that's kind of my update on my ETH. I'm only a DCA1 on the ETH, so for shorts, I'm not too worried about that. And like I said, for my long, we're just kind of sitting tight anyways. So I did stop my Aave longs. If you guys remember, I do have my Aave shorts still going. I'm going to take a look at it. I may stop it. Let's see where it's at. Actually, yeah, see, it just sold here. So let's go. Whenever you have a sell here, guys, you just come over here and just delete the alert. So I'm going to kill my Aave. The reason why we have a lot of news coming up, guys, I don't want to go too overextended. I'm just going to let the LTC and ETH kind of play out, and I'll live trade the others. So, but it did well. Look at this. We ran it for 10 days, made about 112 bucks. Got stuck a little bit here, but then after it got out, for those that are new to the ATAs, we have every time you see a red, it's a short, an orange, it's a sell. You took a short. When you see a deep red, that's a DCA. Took the short, went against it, DCA, got out in profit, took another short, got out in profit. So you can kind of see the flow that it did, right? So I know that it's not in this trade because we did sell right here. So Aave did well. So we ran that for a little bit. Our longs made about 112, or I'm sorry, 62, and our shorts made about 112. So we made about 170 bucks on that one in 10 days. So not too bad. Not overly impressed with it, but Aave usually does pretty good. That's why I chose that one. So we do got a little bit of time, so I'm gonna actually cover for those who are just starting your ATAs. Let me cover where we are in the range. So you can see Aave's still not a bad spot to start long and short if you have nothing out there. I'm gonna tell you guys before Wednesday, I do not recommend running more than two pairs, because that market can it can just we can go in a super parabolic movement, depending on that news. So I'm just gonna run the two. I'm gonna keep earning. I don't mind fighting one or two pairs, right? But I don't want to go full eight. Now, post news event, if I see we're starting to get some balance in there, I may get crazy again, right? I may run six or seven, or even eight, right? But you have the Ave still in the middle, hanging out. We have a high up here is around 94 that we can hit, and we have the low around 51, right? The low low. Typically, the green is it means that it was a while back when we hit it, so you can see back in January. Um, but you can see that we hit that. So keep an eye on Ave actually too, because kind of good with killing my shorts, because if you see Ave's kind of got kind of a nice ascending triangle going. So if it continues this ascending triangle and holding this, you should see a break and a push up to about 94. So we'll leave that one off for now. Let's take a look at the other. Let's see where Matic is. So Maddox still ranging. Honestly, this would have been a good one to continue. I didn't continue it. The reason why is because we are near some pretty hefty support. You can see where it got a really big bounce. If we do get a pullback in the market, like I'm anticipating, I would suspect that Matic will probably hit into this level or this level, which is going to be a great time to set up longs for this. If I see this come down into this area, I will definitely be running the Matic long and just riding that train up. So. Let's see, where do we got? We got XRP. Let's check our XRP and Doge had that crazy news of it, and then we didn't touch it. So XRP is still doing what we had anticipated. Let's go to the 1 hour instead of the daily. But remember, I said last week, once we break above here, it's probably going to hold as support for a little bit. Um, I would, I just won't touch XRP until I get back into this range here. Or if I see another push up retest of this rejection, which would give me a confirmation that we're just trading a new range, then I will consider playing with XRP again. But in the meantime, I mean, we're holding support on what was crazy resistance before. You can see along here, and so as long as we're playing up in that channel, I have a lot of other pairs to trade, so I don't need to take that risk. All right, Doge. Let's see where Doge is. Doge has actually been pretty tightly ranging. So it had its crazy, this is Doge, guys, right? Just boom, craziness, and then ride it down. Remember up here, I said if you're gonna do a Doge, I would suggest a short only. This was last week when I said this. Um, that would have played out really well. I didn't do it because I have other pairs I'm playing with the news and stuff. I didn't want to play with it, but if anybody did take that, well played. The shorts I'm sure would have crushed it. We can check, and if you ever want to just test and see, kind of how it did. Oh, this one is still Thanos, so you can tell I haven't done this one in a while because it's still back when I was running Thanos. But let's see if we did our shorts. On the 1 minute, let's go back. Let's see what it did. Yeah, it looks like it would have still been stuck from the parabolic. So unless you, let's see, what was it, the third, I think? If you ever wanted to back test, just put it at wherever, you thought you would have stopped it at, right? And then that will reset it to where you would have actually started your candle, just by changing that date. So it would have done pretty good. Look at this. Would have just scalped all the way down if we started it where I'd mentioned. So 7 days, $41. Not outstanding, but hey, easy money, all automated. Um, yeah, so I'm still hanging out, not really worried about Doge. Um, I think that was. Oh wait, Sol. Yeah, we have Solana. So we do offer Solana as well. Solana's been doing pretty well too in the ranging. I'll mute that because we're on the 1 hour. Um, so this Solana's trying to find this one as a resistance here. You can kind of see a little mini bear flag here kind of forming. If we get a breakdown, we're likely to retest this 18 or possibly 15 level. For a push up, I would like to see this hold support on the 20, and that's going to push us up to retest around 23. So the line that I'm watching currently is around about the 20.32. Um, the reason why I have placed here, I know a lot of people, part of what we teach in the room is, you struggle on where to put that, right? Because you see a lot of hits. I mean, do you put it a little lower? Do you touch these lines? Do you touch these lines? Do you touch these lines? The objective is two things when you're placing the support or resistance. One, you really want to get as many points that touch it as possible, right? As it goes through. And the other thing you want to do is you want to find anything that has an explosion off of it, right? So you can see here, although we hit here, there was one candle that popped up. We hit here, had an explosion up. We came down here with a big fall, right? It held it, tried to break it, held it, an explosion up. Held it again, pushed up, right? You come down here, it held it, a nice push up, held it, a nice push up. Then when it finally broke it, notice it was a big push down, right? So that's how you know that that's a very significant range. And then same thing here, we had a hit, a big push down. We had tried to hold support, couldn't hold it, right? Then it held it down here. You can see like a pseudo level here, and that caused another big push up. Then it couldn't do it, caused a big push down. It came up, held it, big push up. So that's how you determine where you want to put that. If you try to perfect it down to the dollar every single time, or the penny every single time, you're going to drive yourself crazy, right? Just try to find the most significant, impactful locations, and when you see it, I can tell that this is a good line because when you really zoom in, you can see where is it struggling, right? I mean, it's struggling on that exact line that we had given. So that's kind of how to place that. So we do have some classes and on a little more in depth. Plus, we have the academy that's coming up. If you guys have talked about seen CK, right? We post that. That academy we're building is going to be pretty awesome. We're literally going to bring it down to the basics of talking about what candles are and what they do. How they impact. The beauty is the way we're structuring the class is going to be where it's all recorded, everything, so if you don't have a lot of time, you're going to gain access to that full library. So we're excited to launch that, and you should be able to sign up for that at some point later today, probably. I would say after 12 EST, 1 p.m. EST, somewhere around there. I think we should have it up. So, but that's Solana. That's where we're at, guys. We still got about 8 minutes. We kind of went through this a little quicker. So let's talk about the Bodjock site. So when you sign up for Bodjock, I wanted to touch on this. Let me click out of here. Go back to the main site. So the site looks like this, guys. Just bodjock.com if you're not already a member. And then you can see we have some about us. You got a bunch of information on here on what we do. And then one thing I wanted to point out is when you go to the plans, even if you're just curious, we do have a free plan that you can come in and get a ton of access. We do this purposely because we want you guys to come in and check us out. You don't need a credit card, no commitments. It's just an email, guys. You just sign up with your email and you get a ton of access. So, what do you get with that free? Let's just go through that. So, on the free one, you're going to get the dashboard just like this. You're going to get getting started, which is going to kind of help you with a little tutorial. You do not get the announcements for the community. That's part of the paid one, right? And in the announcements, you get some. We're going to start doing private huddles. We're going to do video calls. Some little extra training. You do not get market insights. Let me show you a little bit about market insights. This is where we're going to put our daily insight out to the room, where we talk about where we think the market's going to go with all the images in there. So, but you do get trading floor. So you do get to come in here for free and kind of hang out with us and talk. Um, and let's see, you do not get the crypto signals. So crypto signals, you're going to see us put in, ETH short. When you see these shorts, you're gonna have your entry, you're gonna have your take profits. I mean, everything in there. Typically, I even zoom out and we'll have a stop loss posted in there too. So, um, but you do get community events. This part of it's for free as well, where you can join the team huddles. You have a community Q&A that we're doing actually after the huddle each day, just where we kind of answer any questions for new people, cover really anything you guys want to cover. And then you get a ton of information. So all of the ATAs, the buy sell signals, indicators, all of this stuff, guys, is part of the paid, but we do all of our own custom indicators. So we have that if that's something you're interested into. If you don't know anything about trading, we have a lot of really cool material. This is all part of the free stuff here. So if you don't know anything about Bollinger Bands, you can kind of come down here and read everything you need to know about Bollinger Bands. And then we also have a lot of one-click stuff here. So you guys have the economic events. We have the market cap, CoinDesk, Cointelegraph, Crypto Panic, and liquidations. One of my favorite things to show everybody on these things here is I love how we tie all of them like this. If anybody's used to looking at crypto news, it's a lot of pop-ups and very hard to decipher. So we pull an API to mimic, kind of minimize the amount of that stuff you get. So this is what you would pull from CoinDesk. So if you actually go to CoinDesk, this is what you see, pop-ups and stuff everywhere. Super difficult for new people to figure out where to go. So what we had done is we created these tiles. When you click the tile, it takes you to CoinDesk, but it just takes you right to the article, right? So you can read it. And then it opens a new page, so you can close that page and you can go to the next article. It takes you straight to that article. Makes it a little easier for people that aren't really good about how to figure out how to read the news, right? You can read all these headlines in a matter of minutes and see which ones you find important. So you can see, like here, Ether holds near 1.9K. The Shanghai fork approaches. Let's read about that, right? And you can just read the article. So, and you get that free, guys, because CoinDesk is free. We don't charge you for stuff that's free anyways. Um, but we have a few different news outlets there, economic events. If you just don't know how to figure out what's going on in the market, you just click economic events. It's all right here. It tells you exactly what it is. Tells you the forecast, previous actuals, and all that. And then we also have the order books, which is cool. Let's check that out. So this part right here is a running order books that updates every 15 minutes or every 15 seconds. Sorry, but you can see it's actually from BitMEX. You can see there's not a ton of volume coming in right now. Everybody getting ready for market open to see what that's going to do. So, and this is kind of cool. Basically, the longer the bar, the more volume there is. So there's a ton of support. It looks like at 27,950. You can see a whole bunch of orders right there. And there's a lot of resistance at 28.5. Actually 28.4, a little bit lower here. It's a little thicker. And you'll start to see these shift every 15 seconds, which is pretty cool. But a lot of people place an order, see around the 27,950. Remember we talked about 27.8 being hard to break, right? You can see all these thick bars in here. That's why. So pretty cool data in there. Yeah, but as far as the if you guys want to try this stuff too, any of the memberships you sign up with, we get 5 days free with those memberships. So, but that's all I got, guys. We have about 2 minutes. You can see the pre-market for SPY is still dropping, SPX still dropping. I'd be curious to see if we get that bounce here. I'd like to see the VIX break above here, and I'd like to see the Dixie break above this red line for me to be super, super bearish. So we'll keep an eye on that, guys. We have the Q&A if you're in the community in the next 30 minutes. We start that at 9:30. If you're not in the community, if you're on TikTok or you're watching on YouTube, you can join in for free to join that event. Or you can go onto my YouTube channel, which is just ATA _ trader, TRADER. That is the company YouTube channel that you'll get information both from myself as well as CK. So hope to see you guys in there. I'm going to go ahead and cut the feed here from YouTube and for some reason it's not picking up my camera. Give me 1 second here. Sometimes it needs a little reset. I always like to check to make sure my audio is good. Let me do that real quick. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, I didn't have this go live button. That's why. I'm like, what is going on here? All right, let's see if the audio is good here. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, I have my audio muted. Okay, sounds like the audio is good. Sweet. I'll leave this open for questions. Those watching this recording, guys, this is something I do for the room. It's a um, team call that we do. I don't have any agenda. I just hang out and trade. Market open. We got stuff still dropping. Dixie's climbing. People that come in have questions. Just post it on the chat there, and I'll try to monitor that while I'm doing my thing trading here. This is more your time, so if I get no questions, then I get no questions. So I'll leave this up here so I can see it. All right, let's see what we're doing here. Guys, you see this look at this market open. So the SPY is getting into some just really strong support. And then we're hitting the SPX. The SPX is going to be interesting, guys, because this is the neckline. So if it breaks this, down we go, right? But this is a very, very strong support area. So let's see. I don't want that one. Look at that. Boom. TP. ITM on the ETH so far. Curious thing is going to be is this going to hold? A lot of times pre-markets are fake outs, but it's been pretty bearish. So we'll see if this holds. See how it can't break this level. Look at that. So we did get an indicator call a put on market open. The early ones are, I'm hesitant on them, but I just, this will play out very well if we break this. You got the VIX climbing a little bit here. Let's throw out this one, ITM. I took profit on this one already because I don't like to hold them too long on market open. Let's see. Crypto signals. Yeah, if you're watching this one, I do more coverage on the huddles. So if you didn't see the huddle, you want to check out those. This one I just kind of hang out, guys. I'm just here in case you guys have any questions, concerns, issues, anything of the above. Yeah, look at that drop here. Moment of truth coming up. It's a patience game, guys, on this market open. I'm still in puts from last week. I have I opened like a 10-day put, so I'm holding on to it for a second. If it starts to gain some support off this line, I'll probably just close it, but I'm holding on to it for now. I'm curious if it's going to break this low here, but this is going to be highly dependent on this here. It's just fighting it. Oh, I'm on the 1 hour on this one. Let me get. Oh, I actually like to. I like to see 2 minutes so I can see where it's really hidden. Yeah, it's fighting it. Also on the dollar here. Let's go 2 minute. Yeah, see the dollar is starting to double top. This can be a double top here. That there. Is it gonna hold as support? Dixie's starting to push up again, so this might invalidate that double top, which will be good for those that are in shorts or puts. We need a sucker to climb. This VIX is really what we need. And this thing just does not want to break this level. I'm gonna mark this level. Are we on the 1, 2? No, let's go to like the 2 minute. Yeah, so look at that rejection right off it. So we need the VIX to be able to climb above that. You can see the support levels holding. So guys, I typically schedule this one for about 30 minutes. We're like 11 minutes in. I don't see any questions. If you guys got questions, please post them. If I go a little bit longer here and I don't get any questions, then I'm gonna cut off and just get to trading. Yeah, see that support that's getting held here. That's the same thing. See, this is why it's fighting that range, guys. We're getting a nice little push north from that. The VIX is starting to pull down. But again, the Dixie is gonna. The reason is the Dixie has not broken this high here. If this breaks up a higher high, and starts to push north like this, up into this range here, then we should see a pretty good pullback from that. So we had a market open, pullback first 30 minutes. Now it's reclaimed. Let's see if it can break a higher high than market open. If not, then the pullback won't hold, or the push won't hold. But if we can break above this, I would look for around this level, 407.65 for rejection. I'm gonna cut off, guys. If you guys need me, I'm inside the room all day, just trading. So just say hi on the trading floor. Uh, if you guys haven't signed up and you're watching this outside of the normal times I do this, and you want to say hi on the trading floor, then come on in. It's free, bodjock.com. You can sign up and just takes an email, no credit card, nothing. Come on in and say hi. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut off here, and